Hello, my name is Jessica and I'm with the Morongo Environmental Protection Department. And I want to talk to you today about being smoke ready. So as you know, we live in Southern California where we have a lot of wildfires, which leads to smoke events. And ideally, you want to limit your time outdoors in that smoke. So stay inside. But while you're inside, you do also have to worry about your smoke that's coming into your home. So we want to do our best to try to filter those particulates out of your home to keep us safe. So one thing that you can do is you can make a homemade box fan filter. This is a really inexpensive and effective way at limiting those particulates from getting into your home. So we're going to make one together. It's really easy. So only supplies that you need are a box fan. This is a 20 by 20 box fan. I got it for roughly $30 at Home Depot, so pretty easy to come by and inexpensive. The next thing you're going to need is a roll of duct tape. So again, pretty easy, cost effective. And the last thing you're going to need is an air filter. So ideally you want the size of your filter to match the size of your box fan. So it's a 20-inch box fan, so I got a 20 by 20 air filter. I was able to get this at Home Depot. And one thing you do want to pay attention to is the ratings that come on these filters. So there's a lot of different types of rating systems. One of the more common ones is going to be HEPA, which is high efficiency particulate air. And the second one is going to be Merv, which is minimum efficiency reporting value. So this one is a Merv rated filter. And when it comes to Merv rating, you want to look at anywhere from a 9 to a 20 minimally. So this one is a 13. So this is going to be, about midway through the way of its efficiency in being able to protect you against those particulates. But again, you can get all the way up to a 20. They're just a little harder to find. You got to search a little more for those. So really easy to make, and we're going to make this together, all right? And I'm going to put the instructions on this post, so it'll be easy for you to follow along if you want to do it later or share with your friends and family. So when you're looking at your air filter, on one of the sides, it's going to have a little arrow. So right here, it's got a little arrow, and this arrow is pointing this way. So what that's telling me is that the airflow, and it says airflow on it, the airflow is coming from this side, going through that way. So I want to make sure that when I put this on the back of my filter, of my fan, that the arrow is pointing towards the fan. So you're going to go ahead and place it on the back of your fan, line it up so that the arrow is pointing into the fan, and then you're going to use duct tape to seal around the sides. So the reason we're using duct tape is we want to make sure we're getting a nice seal. This is going to keep the air out from around, so that way we're not getting any air that hasn't been filtered coming through this fan into our home. So you're going to take your duct tape, you're going to place it on the filter, go ahead and place it on the fan, and give yourself a nice seal. All right, and you're going to do this to all sides. I have heard that you do want to keep at least one side unsealed. That would be, in my case, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom because that's the easiest to keep unsealed. But what that's going to do is that's going to help so that your motor doesn't burn on your fan, because it just kind of depends on what type of fan you're using. The other piece of advice that I have gotten from others when they've made their own box fans is that you don't want to crank it all the way up to the highest setting because again, you could burn out the motor on the fan. Just because we're blocking some airflow, we don't want to make it too hard. So, got a nice seal all the way around here. I've sealed everything, every edge around the sides and the top, and leaving the bottom open just so that we can get a little bit of airflow for the sake of the fan. We're not going to crank it up to 3. We're going to plug this in, and then we're going to put it in an open window during a smoke event. And that way it's filtering out what's coming in, because we know, unfortunately, that these smoke events and these wildfires happen during our hot season here. So you do want airflow in your home. You just want to limit the flow that's coming in from outside and make sure that it is properly filtered. Okay, pretty easy to make and pretty cost effective. So under 50 bucks to make this filter, this box fan filter. So if you've made one or you plan to make one, go ahead and post a picture of it down in our comments on this video. We'd love to see them. Have a great day, guys.